Hi everyone, my name is bowen. This video will be divided into a two-part. First, I will be briefly introduce the basic COPE framework. Then I will use the COPE framework and the knowledge of the PMBOK to evaluate the reflect on our online charity events and present what our group has learned in this event and how to improve it in the future. This video will be take about 50 minutes. And the code learning theory process the four different way of learning based on the four stage learning cycle, or you can call it the reflection cycle. The direct experience provide the base for activity experimentation. Simply say, it is designed to help individual identify the way in which they learned from their experience. The PMBOK is divided into five processes, including the initiation, the planning, executing, monitoring, and the controlling, and the last one closing. The closing. The PMBOK has evaluated into the comprehensive approach to handle a project manager, and the project manager can use the PMBOK to issue that they build out a private project manager to success, and even use it to refine their own project process. And we will use the five section of the PMBOK to introduce our online events. The first of the project was the initiation. We first decide that the main form of our event would be online charity events. However, we were all lack of experience in organizing this kind of event and rarely involved in this kind of event. But we all agreed to set up main goal of the event first. And then after the group discussion, we decided that the segments of the events were to conduct the anti-bullying charity event because this topic has become a hot issue in the society. And by discuss the 5W question of the event planning, we basically designed the target people and the time and the content of the event and determined the feasibility of the event. This event is about the anti-bullying help the young people to build awareness of how to facing bullying properly, and we also use the wood and the masterman to find the 7I knowledge that can be used to strengthen the event experience. And we decide on position within the group based on each member's knowledge and skill. Each group member has their own specific responsibility, which include event director, charity communication officers, marketing manager, social media coordinators, and digital analysts and technology managers, and the last the planning and the logical manager. And because it was an online event, the promotion of the event and the place or app we choose was very important. Thanks for our usual experience in online lessons. We understood that Teams were a quite safe and free app. Everyone in our group has experience to use it. And because we didn't have a budget and we were affected by the coronavirus, we couldn't put out physical poster. So posting our event on social media like Inks or Facebook because the main way to prove it. During the planning process of the events, and the online communication group was set up with our team members. That team member could report to the manager the progress of the project in the first time, and clearly work deadline were also being created. And we found this charity of the on the internet, and we get in touch with them. After the Basico introduced to our events, they said they will be help to help. They will be happy to help. Finally, after the several communications with the bullying out, you can see in the page, we worked together to design the entire process and the specific timetable for the event. And next, co-reflective operations. In this stage, the event basically went smoothly according to the timetable. Even the time of each part was a little bit longer during to the network problems or the change into the actual situation on site. We prepare and testing the online meeting in advance to keep in communicate with the charity to make sure they were on time to speak, help the attendants assess the online confirmed and provided help as needed. We continue to give reports and mini meetings within discussion group during the event and keep in each part of the end up to date. We adjust the programs planned according to the situation on site and make the experience better for the attendance. My personally responsibility during the event was to handle and follow any situation that happened on the event. I also need to support each team member to issue the smooth running of the whole event. But during the event, we found many problems that I do not assess the risk in advance. Um, in this part of the project, we will reflect of the whole event and find out what we can be improved in each part. After the event, we organized a suggestion generating event and invited all attendants to provide feedback, give us the suggestion, and share what they learned from the event. After the event, we had a workout meeting to analyze what happened in each part of the event. And the most important things that happened during the event was the lower motivation of the attendance, probably because it was an online event. And the teenagers were concerned about their privacy or were not or too shy. No one want to join the display, which seriously damaged the smoothly running of the whole process. This show that we did not fully understand the attendance need when we design this part. The second is that the argument of the human resource is not for example, our host and the technologies supporter of the event are Brian, who have too many responsibility in the process of the event, which will lead to the unexpected IT situation. He cannot solve it in emergency. And there are also a three problem with the planning of the event. The first is the collect of the information. We found that also we identify the target group by the study of the date, but we don't fully understood their needs and the situations. And this kind of date is more convenience thing for us to find a sponsor. And the second part is our promotion. Uh, our promotion ability is not good enough because also we only promote the event online. We can tell from the number of the attendance there are very few people are interested in our event, and our first impression did not attract them. The third as my personally responsibility part. I think also the event is a charity event, and our partner organization is to helping us for free, but our continual partnership is not attract to them. So our sponsor relationship is not quite good. We found to research multiple benefits with the relation with bullying outs. We need to improve the event structure. My role as a planning and logical manager for events was preparing risk assessment and backup planning in advance. Finally to attendance the healthy emergency at the event. However, when I actually working at the event, I found that I was not able to give the real help with the attendance because I only know their phone numbers due to the privacy requirements, and we did not require camera to be turned on, so I could not follow what was going on. Also, in the risk assessment, the potential risk of the online event were overlooked, and our attendants were mostly teenagers, so they were happy to play trick at the last part about abstract computations. In this final section, we are looking for the future and make a suggestion on what could be improved for this event. First of all, I personally must be more careful in risk assessment and learned for the successful risk examples assessment for others online events. And the second point is we need to improve our promotion way. Even though it is online, of our promotion effect is very poor. We can't just simply put out a poster, and for the social media like Facebook or Instagram, a small interesting video can attract more attention, strengthen the first impression on the influence of the attendance. And if we need to hold on events on next time, the project manager must improve the human resource manager skills and ex- expand the teams so that each part of the event can have more people to control and be responsible for it. For the future events, we need to collect and survey dates ourselves. And for example, the target customer of this event, our dates are all from internet. We should collect specific dates on ourselves by questionnaire or others way, so that we can better understood their needs and the real situations. For the last one sponsor part, a mutual benefit relationship is more likely to attract their attention. In future events, we will plan more ways to help to promote our sponsors, such as introducing the professional status of the speakers from the charity in the detail before the event, which will not only make the attendance identify more with the professional of the event, but also help to promote the sponsor, give them the more way to show themselves, um, and show their main goals. Above all, the conclusion part. The whole event went smoothly, and for our first online charity event, my group members and I were successful for the most part. But if we don't make progress or upgrades our plans for event parts for the future, it will be difficult for us to maintain the loyalty of our assessment. And next is my reference. And thank you for watching.